My name is Tom Reynolds. I am the program manager of the Rainbow Sensor program. We call the Rainbow Sensor the Coral Reef Early Warning System because it measures the water quality on the reef. And the water quality is the best indicator of the future health of the reef. If the water quality is bad, ultimately the reef will degrade. I'm here to talk about the correlation experiment. Our first Rainbow Sensor program, called the Light and Motion Sensor program, took place on Bonaire, and we currently have data from about September 2008 to the present time, and the data looks pretty good. The problem is that we have nothing to relate that data to, so we're not quite sure what it means. There's only one other coral reef that has a Rainbow Sensor program installed at this time, and that data is much, much different than what we see at Bonaire. Our plan is to take a collection of relatively expensive instruments that have typically been used in water quality experiments over the last few years to Bonaire, and then install them next to a rainbow sensor so that we get data at the same time from both sets of instruments, and then look at the data and try to correlate the data from the rainbow sensor with the data from the more traditional and more expensive instruments. The problem we face is that the rainbow sensors uses a different mechanism to measure the organic components in seawater. So we need to do this correlation experiments to relate what we find with what has been found in the past. If we're successful, then we'll be able to look at the data that's been collected from all over the world, relate it to the rainbow sensor, and draw some more interesting conclusions about reef health on Bonaire and all over the world wherever we have rainbow sensors installed. What you'll see is a obviously low-tech videography of what we're going to do. You can follow this experiment as we do a make-ready at USC. You'll meet Dr. Bert Jones. You will see what we call the PBOP. We'll explain how it works. Then we'll take you to Bonaire, where we'll assemble the PBOP and we'll do the final adjustment, getting ready for the experiment. And then we'll go underwater, because this little gadget that I'm using to do this with does go underwater, and you'll see underwater how the PBOP works, how the rainbow sensor works, how all the scientists are going about their business to gain this data. I think this will be interesting and exciting for anybody who cares about coral reefs and their health. You're also going to meet some people who have made a difference. And I think the point I want to make here is you can make a difference. You can do more than just complain, just do more than write letters. The Rainbow Sensor program has been supported by dive clubs in America, by people throughout Bonaire who have basically donated enough money. All the original money for the whole program, all 14 arrays, was donated. You're going to meet the people from Bonaire National Marine Park who have been tremendous supporters of this program. Okay? You're going to meet some organizations. You're going to meet the people from Yellow Submarine who basically helped us get this started and are still providing air to the volunteers. You're going to meet the people at Habitat, where the original meeting to talk about the rainbow sensor and to introduce the rainbow sensor and get everybody excited about it took place. And finally, you're going to meet Albert Bianculli and all the volunteers who every week go underwater and they read the data and they send it to CIEE. You'll meet the people from CIEE, which is a research station in Bonaire. They take the data and they send it to us at USC, where we take the data and turn it into something meaningful.